Hi, welcome back. I'm sure by now you're having fun. If you're just joining us, I would like you to go through the first set of the tutorials that I shared already. And I'd like you to go ahead, support me by clicking on the red subscribe button on your screen and turn on the notification so that whenever I post a video, you'll be the first to know. If you're downloading and you haven't subscribed, don't forget to come and do that. Okay, and now I'm going to be taking a very interesting topic called the linking. So a link is simply a connection from one page to the other, or from one point of the screen to the other point of the screen. A link is important. It allows users to move effortlessly. Now you must have visited a website and you see about us, you see contact us, you see services. All those are links. And so we told you that a website is a collection of pages linked together and written in HTML code. And so we are going to show you how to link that. Let me go ahead and open my Sublime text editor. Just a moment while that loads. Okay, here we are. And so I'm going to go ahead and create a new document page. I'll close this and just Control N. Click on Control N. Now I want to create two pages. For pages to be linked to one another, they have to be connected in one way. You cannot link to nothing. So we're trying to link from one page to another. So I'm going to create this one. I'll call this one, I'll save this one as page 1.html. Then I'll click on Control N again. I'll save this one as page 2.html. I'll click on save. So we want to be able to link from this page to this page. Okay, so I'll go ahead and initialize the HTML as usual. Then in this one too, I will initialize the HTML building structure. So here in the title, I'll call this one page 1. I'll save this one. I'll call it page 2. So I'll save it. And so I will show you how to link. Now over to the body. Now to create a link, you use what we call the anchor tag. And to type it, you just open the tag opening this thing and click on and type A. Then space. You type href. And so you see it's loading it. It will give you an option here. And now I'll type the name of the page, page 2.html. Okay, we are saying that's where we want to link to. Now I will close it by doing this. So that's how you close it. Now in between, I will just say click here to visit page 1, page 2 rather. Okay, so I will go to this one. Let me preview this and see. Now this is page 1. So you see, click here to visit page 2. So but you see the title of the page here is page 1.html. So we'll go over to page 2. I would also do the same thing here. I will say page, I'm linking to page 1.html. So I'll close it. In between that, I'll click here to go back to page 1. So what we're trying to do, we're trying to now the text in between here is what people see when they visit. So people are not going to be seeing the anchor tag, the href. They are not going to be seeing it. So it's important you leave this right up here so that it's a guide to the user. So let's go ahead and see how this works. And so the first page, don't forget, see the title here, page 1. So I'm going to click on this Now you see this has changed to page 2. So let me do more formatting. Let me add a header, a H1. I will say this is page 2. I'll copy this and paste here. I'll say this is page 1 so that we can know. So we are in page 2. Click here to go back to page 1. This is page 1. Click here to go to visit page 2. And so that's how you create a link. And so we can add more links. We can create more page. Let me create a new one. I'll just go ahead and I'll copy all what we have here. I'll paste here. But this time I will name this page 3. Page 3. And so I'll save it as page 3.html. Okay, so in page 1, I want to be able to link to page 2 and page 3. All right. And so page 2, page 3. Click here to visit page 3. I'll just type page 3. And here I'll just type page 2. Okay, I'll copy this and go to page 2. So from page 2 I should be able to link to page 1 and page 3, right? Okay, so I'll also go copy this and go over to page 3. So from page 3 I should be able to link to page 1 and page 2, right? So let's go and see that in action. So you see page 1 is here, page 3 is here. So let me click. So you see we're in page 3. So from page 3 I can go to, just a moment, let me see, from page 3. Okay, we're going to correct this right up. Let me be sure that this is page 3. Okay, we're good. Okay, so from this is page 3, we can go to page 2 or go to page 1. Let's go to page 2. So this is page 2. Can I go to page 1 or page 3? So that's how you create link on the page. Now there is something called targets. Targets. Now before I even show you targets, there is something I don't know if you've noticed something. The coloring, you know, the coloring on the page. Let me go over to page 2. Now let me create a new link and explain this coloring for you to see. Let me create a new link. I'll just I'm not going to link it anywhere. I'm just going to say page 4. I'm just going to say page 4. I'm not going to link it. I just want to show you something about the color. Let's see. Okay, now look at these colors. You notice that this page 4 I created newly, the color is different. The color is different. It's sharp blue. Now this one that I've visited, the color is a little blur. So you notice that this is, I'm just pointing this out, it's not a big deal. You just notice that the ones that have been clicked are different. So let me go ahead and click this 4, even though it's not taking us anywhere. But when we come back, you notice that if I link it to somewhere, you notice that the color will be different from if I create the page. I don't know if I should go ahead and do that. Let's see if we can do that. Page 4. Page 4.html. Okay, so I'll call this page 4 and let's see how the color changes. So from page 1, let's go to page 4. Let's go back to 1. So you notice that the color has changed. So there is a color for visited link, there is a color for a link that is active, there is a color that has not been visited. Okay, and so you have understood how to write the linking syntax. So let me go over it again. Yeah, you open it to the anchor tag. In between the href tag is the page you're looking to. Now be careful. That's why I said when you're beginning to do your project, have all your files in one folder. Now if there's another have all your files in another in one folder, so that if it doesn't see it, let's take for instance, if I delete, if I let me rename this 1 to 1A. Now if he doesn't find it, let me rename this, let me go over. Now you're noticing he's not seeing it. Let me go back to page 2. Now if I try to locate this page 1, it will show you missing page. Why? Because it's not seeing anything like page1.html. And so if you look at my folder, you'll notice that page 1 is not there. So try and always arrange all your files inside one folder. It's very, very important. One more thing I want to show you is the targets. Okay, so I'm going to show you that. Now after you can type space and do something like this. Targets. Now there are different kinds of targets. There is the blank, there is a blank. Okay, I want to go over to page 1 and do that. But before I do that, let me correct the title of this so that we don't miss it. Okay, so I'm going to go here and do targets. So after this, you just say target. So I'm going to say blank. Now let's go ahead and click on it and see what happens. Let's reload this. So now did you notice that when I clicked on it, it opened a new tab and this one is still there? I'll go ahead and do it again. So you see, watch the tabs here. When I click on page 2, it goes here again. So we are saying open this page in a blank page. There are times people visit your website and you're trying to point them to an external link. Let's say people are visiting your site and you want to create a link to Google, for instance, and you don't want them to go out of your website, so you direct them to a blank page. For example, if I try to link this page now to Google, so you can actually create a link to anything .google.com, and so if they click on it, it's going to take them to Google. That's if they click on this stuff here. So I'll just go ahead and preview it. You see, so these are the cases where, but I'll go ahead and add the blank, the target to be blank. So you see blank. So if they click on it, it will take them. Let me connect my browser, my internet connection, so that you see whether it opens Google. So if I click on Google now, let's see. So you see it has taken me to Google now. So you can actually link to anything, to a page that you created or to any website. And so I was just explaining the importance of targets. And so you can create a target to go out. You can also create a target to be, there's another one called parent. There's another one called top. And there's another one called self. Okay, so I'll leave you to try this out for yourself. And there is an assignment for you. Whether you downloaded this video, go ahead, create the assignment and come to the comment section and paste your assignment there. If you are taking this tutorial from anywhere, I want to see your assignment. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on your notification. See you in the next class. Thank you.